Alright, here we go again with more Champions of Norrath. Champions of Norrath for the Sony PlayStation 2. Diablo style overhead action RPG adventure game. It runs on the same engine as the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games for PlayStation 2. And is set in the EverQuest universe, as you can see by the full name there, Realms of EverQuest. And I actually think that these games, there's two of them, are better than the two Dark Alliance games. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not like it blows it out of the water or anything. I just think they're slightly cooler. It's also a little jankier, though. That's like the trade-off. Like, the Dark Alliance games are probably more polished. But this is a really cool game. And I'm just playing it as a regular sword-swinging, scythe-swinging barbarian. Mostly just doing regular attacks and stuff. With a heavy emphasis on being able to regenerate health. Just straight tanking everything, basically. And my boss fighting strategy has been to just swing my weapon and mash the health button. It's brilliant.
This is no kind of place for the living.
Got its own portal. Seems pretty serious.
Bide your time. Hate by nature consumes itself, and in its rage, this beast will leave itself vulnerable.
Okay. There's some means of destroying or stopping that. Doesn't appear that I can do any real interaction with it at all. I will go back there. I just want to take care of this archer situation as much as I can. Also check out this corner. Make sure there's nothing wild here. Can't get through here at all. There's no way of approaching these dudes. Oh, no, you can. That quilted armor's probably not worth a damn, and it's probably hella heavy. I can't even pick it up.
Can't carry anymore.
I'm pretty full. This is all crap. Straight up garbaggio. Yeah, fuck all that. What? There's a cutscene when I went back to town?
She's ready to sail.
Cool, I guess, dude. I'm on a thing, dude. I got a business going on. Oh, we're doing good. Just need to clear some weight. Oh, how much weight did I clear? 123. That's not great. I'm not carrying that much of that. Am I carrying a bunch of this? Nah, not really. I guess that's just the way it is right now. My weapon's pretty heavy. Looks like I need to pump some points into strength, huh? Even more? Even more than I already have been? Strength 70. See, I don't need that much stamina compared to strength. I don't know, though. Stamina's pretty damn important. Maybe not. I have to actually look when I'm fighting and see what that blue bar actually does, whether it goes up or down. Oh, blue's mana. What's stamina? I don't even know what stamina is. If it affects health regen, then it's probably important. I'll look at the stats next time I upgrade them. I think it actually says what they do. And that won't be long from now. We are getting close to raising the level. Dwarven Patrol Gloves sound like they're probably something that's pretty fucking good. If that's too heavy to be worth carrying. I don't care, I'll keep traveling back to town, keep getting money, buy more gate scrolls if I need to. See what them morning stars all about too. I don't even need to buy gate scrolls, I just found another one. That's probably a lot of unnecessary weight right there. I mean, you'd be up a creek if you didn't have at least one. Shopkeep's got you up over a barrel there, though. What can you do? Probably doesn't make sense to carry more than just a few of them, though, really. I don't know why I was worried about that. Oh, shit. Let's see what some of this shit is. I know I'm in the middle of combat. Health regen, so that's why I keep putting points into it. The ability to hit with all weapons is the reason why I keep putting points into that. But I'm putting it all into strength this time because I'm all about damage, and I gotta up my carrying capacity just a little bit. Just a little bit, all the time. Oh yeah, I decided I was going to focus on passives beyond, and especially damage. It might be this and this like every time now, basically. For like a long time. Yeah, I'm getting pretty full. Looking at that health regen, see how I'm doing. Let's look at some of these items. The original plan. So much fucking just absolute garbage. 17 versus 24. I can't believe these are... I thought the Dwarven would be better, but it is patchwork. So what do you get, you know? Not for me, Chief. I don't need mana regeneration. It's health, health, health every time. I bet that's a good money to weight ratio on that item, though. I am preparing some ROMs for some future streams. Some other, you know, there's always a lot of cartridge games. I already have all the ROMs for that. There's not going to be an issue if we want to see a certain, you know, Nintendo 64 or fucking Atari 7800 game or whatever, Atari Jaguar, you know, Game Boy, whatever. I got it covered. That's all good. We're all good there. We got all the Wonder Swan games. We got all the fucking ColecoVision classics. But bigger ROMs than that, I kind of have to, you know, make sure I've got a backup of it. So I'm preparing, and I also don't know what works with emulation and what doesn't. So recently I did a bunch of PS2, PS1 and PS2 GunCon games. Awesome time. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. Even with a mouse, the Time Crisis games are a hell of a lot of fun. The only one that was a little rough was 3 had a lot of emulation problems. I mean, it was pretty rough. I mean, like a lot of it. 2, I think, had a little bit of issues. But man, some of that other stuff was way cool. I'd never played Project Titan before. Badass game. Loved it. Got nothing else to say about it. Oh, it's also one of the some of the best graphics in a PS1 game. Like, it really looks cool. And then Crisis Zone. Crisis Zone works perfect under PCSX2, and it is insanely fun. And yeah, play that at some point. If you've got a computer, you want to shoot some dudes with a mouse, and you like badass graphics, and you like seeing everything blow up, just check out my stream on it. It's really cool. It's a way awesome game. So the reason why I want to see if Wii games work okay on this rig is because there's some other really good light gun games I'd like to play. Specifically, there are 3, and I'm going to use Ghost Squad as my test one. That's a Sega military-themed arcade light gun game, kind of a late era, you know, House of the Dead 3 era kind of game. And speaking of House of the Dead 3, that'll be another one. House of the Dead 3 and 2 and 3 pack. That may not be the best way to play 2. I'd probably just use the Dreamcast ROM to play 2 when I do that. Notice I say when. I don't know, though. That's such a weird situation. Like, I had fun with the House of the Dead 1 remake, even though aesthetically it was a little off. But it was cool. It supports mouse, even on PlayStation, you know, which is great. You might be able to even get a send-in light gun working that way, which would be badass. But the second one, I guess, is really bad. The House of the Dead 2 remake, like, every reviewer acts like it just fucking gave them cancer to play it or something, so I guess that's not the way to go. But maybe we'll just do a Dreamcast version, because it is a great game. It deserves to be looked at. I'd rather do Typing the Dead, actually, and probably will. There's a PC copy of those too, so maybe if I could track that down, and if it'll behave in Windows 11, and with, you know, modern video drivers and such, then maybe that's the way to go too. There's a lot I'd really like to look at on that front. I'm sure that's a better way in many ways to play Outrun coast to coast. It's probably the only good way to play Sega Rally 2 at all. So I don't know, but fucking getting Windows games to work is a nightmare. Since the invention of DOSBox, getting DOS games to work is trivial, and it's like having a magic DOS computer that has all the base memory free that it needs, and you don't need like 20 different boots to work out whether it's high memory or extended memory or expanded memory or whatever the shit DOS always wanted you to fucking dick around with. If you didn't grow up with DOS, you don't know what I'm talking about, but it basically sucks. But yeah, that's all been fixed. But now, like old Windows stuff, especially Windows 95, 98 stuff, good luck. Good luck getting any of that shit to work. Anything that's pre-modern Direct 3D that uses old mini GL drivers that are or glide drivers that are designed for Voodoo cards, that's a nightmare. That's not something you're gonna get working easily. Like none of this shit you're gonna get working easily. So good luck. Most of the people who are big enthusiasts of that era of gaming still have PCs that are like that and will run them. You know, they still have like a Pentium 2 with a Voodoo 2 card in it or whatever. Because there's not really you don't have a lot of good options besides real hardware right now. You just don't. And that's why a lot of that stuff, like Need for Speed Underground or whatever, I'm just gonna end up playing like a GameCube version or something. Even if the Windows one's a lot better, it's just going to be way too hard to set up, probably. That's the thing, too. PC always boasts about its backwards compatibility, and it's insane. I'm playing all this stuff off the same PC. But it's not like it comes free. It's not like you get to enjoy that without knowing shit about how to do anything on a computer. I don't use these a lot now. So let's go ahead and, take one stack off. Gloves, man, I don't give a shit. I thought there was an amulet here somewhere, which I would have at least liked to have picked up, but I guess not. Large axe, that's probably a piece of shit. I used those as a primary weapon for a while, and it was fun, but you're not going to find enough to restock them. Elven patchwork boots, huh? I'm intrigued. Oh, look how powerful that is. That's badass. I'm not going to use them, but 16 versus... No way. No way. Also grab Plasma Sword. Star Gladiator is a good game, and I've streamed it before on Twitch, I'm pretty sure. 99% sure, I'd say. Good stuff. Never really played the sequel. Should probably take the time to check that out, right? It's probably cool. I grabbed Sky Target for Saturn. A lot of people talk shit about that game. I've never played it. I don't have any experience with the arcade game to compare it to, so I'd be going into it from that perspective. And I do really like Afterburner, Star Fox type shit, which I need to do with Star Fox games. It's really kind of messed up that I haven't streamed those yet. I was actually waiting for getting a good N64 setup, but now I've got one, so I had no excuse. But, yeah, so we'll see what Sky Target's like at some point. Got Sylphie the Lost Planet. I've done that one before on Twitch, on real hardware, but now I have it backed up for emulation. So just see if that works well. I hope it does. I'll keep that on the drive, actually, since I play frequently. Man, you really gotta chew 3 of these guys, huh? Make you work for it. Short bone chip. That's good. That's probably a gem, which I feel like I haven't been finding nearly enough of. I think that really picks up in the next chapter, though. Just pick up everything. Fucking pick up everything, sell everything, make sure I have gate scrolls, and just fucking churn through it. Have way more cash than I need. Just straight up. Yeah, whatever. The emulation on this game has been very good. There's been parts where the games run all shitty and weird, but I think that it does that on real hardware. Actually, no, there was one area where it was really weird and bad, and that was the lava pit area. That was kind of terrible. But other than that, it's been really good. I'm going to move this over here. There's a few other spots where it's real chunky and the map loaded in slow. Does that on real hardware. And I'm like 99% sure. It's been a really long time since I played it, but I remembered it having some bullshit problem like that. Also, that was like a big issue, I think, along maybe even with some crashing in the desert area, which I think is chapter 3, so we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Looks like it's boss time. This is just going to be a shit ton of skeletons. And it kind of looks like a shit ton of skeletons. I'm kind of upset that they're still showing more skeletons. Are we done yet? How bad is this actually going to be? Oh, a whole bunch of skeletons and one asshole. Okay. think I got a kind of a grip on what's going on. And by a grip, I mean we're going slow. We're pulling things in as slow as possible. That was the last member of the undead army, I guess. Yeah, until these assholes shut up. Oh fuck, his face is all fucked up. Well, why can't I swing? If I can't attack, I'm gonna get my ass beat, because that's a big problem. It mostly seems like my attack button's not working, so I guess I'm just gonna die. My attack button doesn't do anything, so... Yeah, my attack button's just nullified, it doesn't work. I can't attack. I was finally able to hit him. No, this is shit. Like, this isn't working. I wonder what it is. Oh god, I don't want to have to do all these guys again. I want to see. I bet they don't let me save after they kill them all, do they? Care about that. I want the fucking mana, actually. In fact. Wall this off while I'm in here. God, please don't wall me off. I really... Suck a dick, game. I don't want to have to fight this entire undead army and fight this extremely difficult boss afterwards every time I die. I don't want to do that. Gonna give myself some lives. This is almost on the ropes. In other words, I have a limited amount of patience. I'm going to quantify that patience as, let's see how much change I got here. 6 lives. Alright. So this might be a real short stream. Anyway, I'm going to pause the game. We'll come back. We'll do my 6 lives, and we'll either beat it or we'll shelve Champions of Norrath for quite a while. These games are too hard to play single player for the most part. I mentioned this before in the other streams anyway. They're just, I mean, I'm like playing the cheesiest fucking way possible where I cram everything into health regen, and maybe a more skilled player can play it really well using like a ranged character all the time or something. But generally, without multiple players to keep the party rocking, these games quickly become too hard. I played all the way through the first Untold Legends, and I think that's one of the easiest ones of all by a lot. I have played through Dark Alliance all the way before, but the last 2 times I tried it, I found it to be too hard about halfway through. Maybe around the Beholder or so. Dark Alliance 2, I've never been able to play through, and I've never had the opportunity of playing through with friends. So I don't know if it's easier that way, but it kicks my ass. It's just straight up. I cannot get anywhere in it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I beat single player. X-Men Alliance 1 and 2, I want to say I beat, or X-Men Legends, is that what they're called? X-Men Legends 1 and 2, I beat single player, so those might be easier. But that was a long time ago. I may have just been better then. I don't know. Excuse me. Let's see. Just kind of giving you my record on these because I played a lot of them. Return to Norrath, or Return to Arms, which is the sequel to this game, I've never beaten. I make it through a certain number of dungeons and it becomes too hard. I've also never played it multiplayer, so that again hurts my chances. Dungeons and Dragons Heroes for the Xbox I've beaten, but I've never played it single player. I've only played it with a bunch of friends, so it was easy to beat. Yeah, most of these games are actually pretty tough single player. I don't think any of them are tough if you even have one other player because of the way they work. It's just a matter of making sure both people don't die or something. It's not really that hard. But single player, most of these games are pretty hard, and this one's really it's hit that point, I think. I'm probably doing something wrong in the boss too, but I don't know what it is, and I'm probably too lazy to look it up. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, now we got us a legit challenge. I'm limiting the number of lives that I will continue to do this on because I have a limited amount of patience. Like I said, I have read a basic strategy online for what should make sense to fight him. Makes sense to me. I'm going to see if I can do it. Unfortunately, I have to fight these 21 bullshit skeletons every single time before I fight him. There's no exceptions. There's no trick. No better way to do it. It's just some bullshit you gotta repeat every time, and it sucks. And it's what's destroying my patience. I'd probably be down for fighting this guy 20 times or whatever, at least 10, you know. But no, it's the skeletons. No, I've given myself 6 attempts here, and I feel like the skeletons are gonna make that. There's probably gonna be some rounds where I don't get to fight the boss for one thing, because the skeletons are too damn hard. There's too many of them. But they're also just gonna exhaust me not even wanting to play it. They're already doing that. This might be a good spot to drop this one off. I never guarantee that I'll play through a game. Some games I just either don't like enough or I'm not good enough, or I get, you know, I know that it's going to be, there's going to be a few hours of a segment where I have to like work on something for hours, and I'm just not going to do it. We only have so many hours in the day, right? I think everyone probably feels this way, that they don't want a single part of the game that's going to require like hours of mastery to get through. It's just not very cool. Trying to stay as positive as possible as I rage quit this fucking game. Oh, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that the other enemy's not there. His attack is so powerful, so broad, so fast that it makes absolutely no difference, and I can't hurt him. I can't even attack. I can't even really attack. So the strategy guides that I read were kind of useless because they don't mention the fact that you don't get to attack because he nullifies all of your attacks magically. Well, at least I'm on to something, maybe. This is the best I've done.
No, Marana!
I played that pretty poorly there. I really had an opportunity and I fucking flushed it. That's okay though. We'll get other opportunities. That's not the only one. Eventually you'll have to summon this fire dude again. And that's when I'm gonna go just bat shit on his ass with my... Yeah, here we go. Okay, so yeah, it's just a matter of strategy. I had it wrong. Didn't need any of my lives. We'll set those aside for another boss that frustrates me. I have to have lives in games like this just to not feel like I'm trapped forever. That I can actually escape from it eventually. So is there something in the back here that I'm supposed to look at? I think there is, yeah. Let's go back and save. Because we know there's a save in the room before, unless I'm still locked out or something. Should probably look at my health potion situation, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought. Once I got into the strategy of being really mobile instead of going straight for him and then waiting for his opening, it makes a big difference. There might be a lot of bosses where I have to not just face tank them, but do something a little more interesting than that. Where did that leave us, though? Okay, kind of carrying a lot. Potion situation's fine and doesn't need to be addressed right now. Yeah, that's all fine. Crits seems like it's the skill that's most worth using for me.
It's vampire season. And guess who has the steak?
I hear heavy axe of striking. Anytime I see something like that, it's like, oh, this looks cool, and it's got like the worst. Like, sure, it's got a bonus, but it's the worst fucking stats you've ever seen. Watch, I'll show you. 23 to 28, so that's fairly ass for a fucking two-handed weapon. That's a heavy axe. And no treasure chests or anything. Screw you, game. I mean, there's really no point in ever passing a save without saving.
Can't carry anymore.
I mean, am I carrying like a lot or like, yeah, I guess. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Just hold on to that for a hot minute. Buy about 10 of those. Second. So one thing I meant to say at the beginning of this was sorry to hype up the stairs so much. I'm sure it's just some bullshit down there, like a skeleton man or like a bigger one of those lava monsters or something. Well, it did turn out to be a skeleton man, the undead knight, and he pissed me off. But he's dead now. So that's the way it goes. Gotta look for patterns with these bosses a little more. Maybe not all of them are just the doofus tank nonsense that I thought it would be. Alright, back to the action. What's this like, though? Is this crapola? Sure is. Oh, we gotta open the door. That's crazy. That sounds like something good too. Maybe the gems are starting to drop, you know, which is what I've really been waiting for. Alloy cleaver sounds interesting too. What do we got here? Oh, that's not really anything great. So that's going to be a strength bonus no matter what. What do you think's not getting replaced for a long time? What's the craziest thing that I have? That helmet's pretty damn crazy. And helmets are rare as hell. I like it. Now I'll do even more damage and be able to carry even more. That's what I want to see. Oh, you know, another stream I meant to do soon was DOA too. I'm gonna get on that one probably right after this game, even maybe. Well, I'd probably do Super Hang On first because I've been really into that, and then DOA too. This is where Sega is always a thing, man. Got the Sega, we got the Tecmo, we got the Namco, we got all the shit. All the real video games. God damn, dude. Oh, this guy's bullying me now. I'm not quite sure what the strategy is here for this asshole, but I've got to get some sort of grip. This ain't working. See if I can do this. There we go, bitch. Also wanted to look into some maybe some PC gaming, get Steam installed on this machine, and oh man, we got a lot of stuff coming up this year. It's gonna be great. I just keep seeing bigger and bigger horizons for what we can game on, and what kind of, you know, and play like different corners that of where I can find games that I like, which is really cool. And if you've noticed, I play pretty much anything as long as it's an action game. Even if it's RPG, as long as it's got action combat. I'm not really a menu combat game kind of guy. I'm not saying I'll never play any games like that or anything like that. Just not generally my thing. Don't like puzzle-oriented games where I have to maybe sit there and think about stuff too much. Although I've had a little more fun with some of those games than I used to. I'm at least willing to give something like Lolo a chance again or whatever. But I tend to skew away from those because, yeah, like, if I'm just going to be sitting there trying to figure it out, I usually get bored and would rather just play an action game. I like games that have big adventures in them. It's just that I want that to be backed up with gameplay that's fun, moment to moment as well. So, saw a video pop up on my feed on YouTube. Haven't watched it yet. I'm sorry that I can't credit the person who made it because I am not already a follower of theirs. I'm actually gonna watch it later. Just really liked the topic, and that's like the importance of session games. And they were mostly focusing on modern games, but there's tons of examples of that, like racing games and Tony Hawk and Tekken, and they just kept showing stuff like that, Wipeout Omega, and things like that.
It is the allure of this place.
Retro games are obviously really good for that.
This castle. All of our kind carries such power. You know of what I speak. Your heart rate is quickening. I can feel it from here. Beating like a drum. Such sensual music, warm. Hungry. Is it fear?
Oh man, this is the era of the jiggle physics for sure.
We are not strangers. You knew of me when you were a child, upon your grandmother's knee. Though you dare not speak it, your heart knows my nature, and your mind knows the one word your tongue dare not admit. Vampire. Drinker of life. I am Silea, and I know the reason you are here. You pursue the one called Pelus, who wears an orc's face and treats even my Lord Vanarost as a...
What if I need to brighten my capture a little? Seems like it's darker in the capture than it is on my on the monitor I play on.
Knowledge carries a price. Before you speak, my price is not blood. Believe what you will, but I have no wish to sink my fangs into any mortal creature like some bloated parasite. I wish to fight these urges, lest I surrender what is left of the Silea that was and become no more than a beast. At the edge of the sea, near the village of the gnomes, grows a flower called the blood vine. When I eat it, it diminishes my urge to feed. Follow this hall, and you will emerge close to where the blood vine grows. Bring it back to me, and I will lead you through this castle to this palace you seek. Perhaps. But you must hurry. Without the blood vine,
Blood vine, huh? Wasn't this in Tiny Tina's first adventure, Assault on Dragon's Keep?
Soon they will devour the last of my resistance, and then nothing will be able to stop my cravings.
You know I'm gonna have to end up killing you anyway, right, lady? That's the way this shit always goes, right? But yeah, basically I'm going to play however much more of this game I'm going to play, which will be somewhere between, another 20 minutes to another 20 hours or whatever. Then I'm going to play a handful of some of those games that I named, and then I'm going to play another long-form game. Originally I was planning on doing Zelda 2, but I think I'm going to push that off again for Crisis. I just picked up the Crisis trilogy, and I've never really played them, but they seem totally rad. I'm just kind of messing around with it until I learn how to play it, because I'm still fucking up a lot of things in it, but it'll be fun once I know what I'm doing. So yeah, Crisis. Sell key. Okay. And I have the whole trilogy. I bought them. It's $12 on PlayStation right now. What a steal! Those games are cool too. Like, they're kind of like not open world, but like open level design, where you kind of can approach it your own way and use stealth or not, and kill a bunch of dudes, and there's vehicles and guns and bombs and whatever you want to do. Far Cry and Crysis share common roots, so they have a lot of the same design ideas in them. But actually, I think Crysis is probably the better series, probably by maybe by a bit. And I maybe didn't recognize that when I first played Crysis 2 because I played it on Xbox 360, and I was just like, anytime I'd play a 30 FPS shooter, I was like, this is crap. Let's play Call of Duty. Just put Call of Duty back on. This is awful. You know what I mean? That's basically the feeling I always had back in the day. I'm not. See, I wondered what happened if I went this way, and clearly she doesn't even let me. She's gonna be a bitch about it instead. Don't worry, I'm gonna get your damn blood vine. You can shut up. So yeah, I didn't. It didn't make that great of an impression when I rented it or whatever. Didn't think about it really. Then I played. I got a batch of 360 games after I had a PS4. A friend gave me just some old games I was getting rid of, and that was in there. And that was one of the ones I tried, and I played. Or Crysis 3 was, and I was like, this is. I mean, it sucks because it's 30 not even 30 FPS, honestly, for the most part. It's a game that's just kind of running like ass on the Xbox 360, just wheezing and struggling along. But I can still tell it was like a really cool game under all that. Like it had a bunch of cool shit in it, and it was fun. So I think playing it in a good format where I can enjoy it in at least 1080p 60 or whatever it runs out on. It's a PS4 game actually. But it runs fine. Even in quality mode, it runs at 60 FPS on a PS5. I haven't tried the ray tracing options, but it's like a software, frame buffer ray tracing thing. It's not. It might even be more like planar rendering than ray tracing. I don't know. What's the most bullshit thing you can get away with calling ray tracing? Let's just say that. I'm gonna have to look at the Digital Foundry video again and see what the options are too before I choose how I'm gonna render it. Because I prioritize frame rate, but yeah, that's the same situation I think that Monster Hunter Rise had, where it's like if you're playing it on PS5, you don't want to choose performance because quality runs. If you're playing at 60 hertz, you don't want to choose it because it runs the same either way. Like maybe if you're playing at 120, it makes a difference or something, but it's getting more confusing to know what settings and resolutions and shit to use. On console games, it's getting to be much more like PC gaming. It's just the side effect of the way everything's going, I mean, I like having options, but at the same time, like, I like having a tailored, optimized experience in a way too. Like, honestly, developers wouldn't have to give us options if they just knew that on everyone's hardware, everything had to run at 60 hertz. Like, that's all that we need, really. It's fine. I know that people like high frame rates too, maybe support that, but they don't support, low frame rates. Who the fuck uses that shit? Who the fuck's like, yeah, I need native 4K rendering on this game at 30 hertz? Ugh. Okay, this is where we're going. Even Sony said, I think it was Mark Cerny in a speech said that 85% of gamers chose performance mode or something. And I absolutely believe that. I'm one of those 85%. I basically never choose quality if it's 30 frames. Why did I want to come out over here? This whole thing seems weird to me. Let's read the description on the quest, shall we? In Black Delve Reach. Invisible wall, I guess. That's interesting. I think we found our answer right here. Should I explore the rest of this shit, though? Yeah, I think I will. I mean, I'm already out here. I've got nothing to lose and experience to gain, right? Oh, maybe that's not possible. I don't see really any way out there. It's yet another different... Oh, wait. Never say never. There's all sorts of weird shit out here. Alright. I see a bunch of stuff. So on the weekend, hopefully at some point after the stream, I do want to do a Doom stream, multiplayer, and just leave it open and see if anyone wants to join me on some Doom. And if not, well, at least I can play the game on ultraviolence and just keep chewing through it. I'll play every dang Doom that there is that way. It'll be fun. My Doom streams, can't even talk. My Doom streams get the least views of just about anything I do, and they're one of the things I can most guarantee it'll continue to stream in the future because I love Doom, and if you don't, kiss my ass. Like, really, like, what the hell's wrong with you people?
I guess it could be worse. I could be dead. But for some reason, old Sabretooth is keeping me alive. I think he wants me to guide him down the pit of ill omen. After that, he's gonna tap me like a cask of wine and drain me dry. Look, I'll make a deal with you. Get me out of here, and I'll lead you anywhere. Anywhere you want to go. Even to the bottom of the pit itself. But the thing is, the key's not around here. You'll have to go to Norrath Castle and get it.
Is that not where we are?
Watch out. Norrath has this lady vampire of his walking
The one I'm just like about to talk to in the next, literally the next room over, that I'm doing this job for?
She almost makes me think being a vampire might not be too bad.
The blood
You'll know her if you see her.
brought it. I pray you never know what it is to need anything as desperately as I need this flower. It is enough. I am in your debt. If you still wish to feed upon Pellis's throat, then come with me. I will take you to the beast. But from there, your path is your own. It seems Perilous meets with my lord Vannerost this moment. Watch, but do so in silence, lest we be overheard.
I trust the shipment was to my lord's taste.
We shall see, Pelis. I have yet to sample the stock you have brought. They seem a trifle thin, anemic, but they are of proper age and vintage. They will suffice.
And I trust I will be equally satisfied with the bodies you have provided me, Lord Vannerost. My army is nearly assembled. I was merely waiting for the remaining undead soldiers you promised me, and I'm pleased I did not have to wait long. I'm an impatient man, and there is much to be done.
Then I will not keep you, Pelis. As promised, I grant you safe passage through my kingdom. This time. I have other guests that require my attention, if there is nothing else.
Oh, there is much more. I think when we meet again, my lord, you will find much has changed. Events will unfold quickly from now on, and I shall not forget your loyalty. Or that of your servant, Lady Xylea. It's a pity she could not join us.
Yes, a pity. Did you know, Pelis, that a blood vine, while beautiful, has spines along its stem that can stab a man when he plucks it? Such a beautiful flower, and such a treacherous one. Perhaps it is best that the beautiful Lady Xylea was detained. I fear in light of recent events, her loyalty is suspect.
Might be on for about another, I don't know, 40 minutes. Is this moonlight, I assume, since she didn't, get burned walking through it? Okay, so it drops in the water where I can actually walk around in it. Oh, 1 out of 213. Damn, my total carry is up really high, and I'm carrying a lot of shit. Look at that. And I haven't looked at it yet. I'm playing more Diablo style now, where I just pile it up and we'll sort it out later. Oh shit. I had to use that as soon as I got it. I might have even more of this shit on PC. I have no idea. I need to reinstall my Steam account and see what all old ass games I have, if any of them still work. And if any of them are still still available or have been delisted. I'd really like to play Rage that way. That's one that I thought about. I was thinking about playing that on 360, which plays great that way too. 60 FPS. Takes a hit to resolution, but I mean the game's textures are a little rough anyway. It's still pretty good to play that way. Not a bad way to enjoy the game. I've never played it on PS3, but I'm sure that's great as well. PC I've had some rough times with, but that's the whole thing. I'll just have to fire it up to see if it works.
There's a living soul in this castle. I'm a Morse Toad's father.
It's a boss. This sounds awful. Man, that critical hit though, that's some serious damage. It makes a difference, that's for dang sure. Don't let me die, come on. Sucks not being able to see what I'm doing here, hardly. A little shit in the way. There's so many other enemies here. This is a pretty dangerous area. What's my potion situation looking like right now? It's alright-ish. Pretty alright-ish. Yeah, some of this stuff looks like a real weapon until you look at it, and then you're like, oh no, it's a piece of crap. Now, dual wielding cleavers, that would look cool as hell, but it's not going to be like an effective strategy. This scythe is the effective strategy. It's me and the scythe now. He's a little tougher, but he does less damage. So, really not that big of a deal either way. I'm really supplying this guy's shop more than anything. He seems to have bottomless funding for. That was the shittiest thing about Skyrim that I always had a hard time with, is the limited funding from the shops. Sure, I guess it's realistic, but I mean, what a shitty thing to make realistic, you know what I mean? What's cool about that? So I have one more slot. Does that mean I can add cold damage in addition to lightning damage? Or does it mean that I should add cold damage to my bow? Maybe I should. I don't know. I'll wait on that though. Tempted, but I'll wait on it. What's a cracked great bow look like? Just slightly worse than the one I have. There's no secret there. A lot of stuff. Is any of it any good? Yeah, I really felt I needed to do that. One of these motherfuckers. You know they're a problem. They're always a problem. Cracked ring mail is not quite as good as cracked scale mail, apparently. You know, a lot of this stuff is crazy heavy. That thing, but I'll get good money for it too. Not really, you know, not for the price. That's also kind of heavy for not much money. That's not bad at all. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a price to weight ratio type thing. I think I'm a lot of stuff going for, and just, if it's more than 10 pounds, it's got to be worth at least $1,000, right? Maybe more. Boy, they sure are telling me about these mini bosses way before I get to them. Did I just skip that last one? They kept showing a health bar for it. I'm gonna go backwards just to see if it shows back up. What the actual fuck is going on there? And I'm like, watch out, it's time for Ashen Bray, or whatever the fuck this dude's name is. Ashen Brawl. Well, where the oh, do you have to go down here to the special area to fight Ashen Brawl, and I missed it? What a bunch of weird shit. Potion Sitch. Okay, not too bad. Cracked leather armor is not going to be worth the weight. I can guarantee you that. That's good pay. That ain't worth shit. It's not any good. Not worth shit. Not any good. It's not that heavy. Not any good. More garbage. Looks like I'm out of drink. Grab a delicious Arizona green tea and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back with more Champions of Norrath. We're going through this vampire's castle. Here's the vampire. He's very Count Orlok looking.
You took your time catching up to me, Overlander. I was growing impatient. Oh, yes. I've known you were here in my castle for some time. I allowed you to live until this moment in the hopes that you would follow Pelis and wound his pride further. But you have chosen to inconvenience me instead. Let us have a look at you. After what Pelis told me of you, I expected something more. You reek of the overworld, of sweat. Hardly a meal to quench my appetite. But fortunately, this castle is filled with those with duller palates, whose tastes are not as refined as mine. I think they will appreciate the sport in a meal that still has some fight in it.
Oh, so you just want to kill more and more of your monsters and get out of your dungeon, then fight you. Alright. I was like, this seems a little soon to be fighting a boss. I love the way this game's... Excuse me. The way this game's real-time graphics look close up. And this old CG look to them that just seems to hold up really well. I find myself often surprised that it's not a pre-rendered cutscene, but it's clearly not. It'll have your weapons and gear and your character exactly as it should. This is way awful. I'm just chugging my way out of this to the tune of did I seriously just drink like 9 potions? Holy shit. Is that enough to is that enough to go back to town over on its own? Not really. Maybe. I mean, if I start to notice a potion problem, I'll definitely get the fuck out of here. I'll just put it that way. Rusty Scale Mail, something I absolutely have to look at. Cracked Scale Mail is 25, Rusty is worse, it's 16. As long as I can control a pipeline of these, a certain number of them coming at me at a time, they're not any more difficult than anything else, but because of their speed, if they hit in a swarm, it's fucking horrible. It is in times horrible. I don't feel like I fully explored closed off areas over here. Rusty Scale Mail would be an awesome name. Like, if there's somebody out there, please give your child that first and middle name. Rusty Scale Mail Smith. So, I heard you're really good at drinking potions.
Can't carry anymore.
Hell yeah. That's the spirit, buddy. If it ain't Scottish, it's crap. Oh, I can use that at level 15, and I'm at 14.2. Maybe I will hold on to this 6.2 pound piece of shit for a minute. Okay, yeah, alright. Do that. We can do that, buddy. That's worse. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Yep, trash. Really not even getting close. That's amazing, though. Attack bonus 91. Oh my god, that's incredible. My giant crystal twin ice axe is going to be amazing. Yeah, that's right, you heard me, ice axe. I'm going to put a bone chip in there and fucking drop ice damage as well. Because why not? We're going to fuck everything up. Oh, look at this shit. Greater Mana Vial. That's my first Greater potion. Look at these little pieces of shit. Might as well get rid of that. That's stupid. These are an okay backup, maybe. Or are they 7 pounds of completely unnecessary shit? You know what? Let's sell them all and buy 20 potions. And away we go, right? Let me make sure my weight's good. 119, 214, that's looking good. Alright, here we go. Because it's frustratingly, like, twitchy. Amulet sounds like it's fire protection. I don't really care about that. Take a look anyway, but I really doubt this is worthwhile. Yeah, fire resistance. I couldn't give a shit. I'm all about that health regen. All about that health regen. Strength, magic resistance. Those are cool things too. But if I could replace them with health regen, I would in a heartbeat. Not going to be on a whole lot longer, sadly. Well, don't worry, we'll get back into it this weekend. Still really enjoying this. There's always a possibility that boss fight's going to just be shut down hard, but I think if I look and there's a pattern, then I'll be able to make it work, or if there's some cheap-ass method I can use, which I do in a lot of games. Where did they start me from? It's fucking annoying. I don't remember how far back this is, and I'm annoyed. Was it before or after I teleported to town and bought shit? I have a greater health tonic. Yeah, I have 30 health tonics. So at least I'm sort of up to date here, right? Got my greater twin axe that I aspire to use someday. That thing looks really fucking good. That should be an ultimate ass-beating weapon, in fact, once I equip it. It'll make short work of all of this crap. Annoying little pricks. gonna be crap. I guarantee it. It's crap. See? That's ass. They're always like level 1 weapons. Could you imagine finding like a level 15 weapon that was like legendary or something? That shit never happens. The drop rate in this game is beyond horseshit. Like, literally just the only magic items are just crap items. And then the at-level stuff is like very far from magical. Yeah. 4 defense for 10 fire resist. It's not even worth the money of carrying 10 weight. It's just trash. Literally just a trash item. I got the piece of shit this time. There's still so many ways this can go sideways on me. I hate that it's this long and doesn't have a save in it. Cracked ringmail gloves. Nope. Secret passage to the very obvious room that's definitely here. It has one enemy in it and nothing else. Rad. Those leather boots, I'm sure they're shit too. Here we go. This guy is so annoying. That's crazy. It's crazy that anything is allowed to be that annoying. Damn it. A ring of what? Where are you at, ring? Did I get you? Did I get you? God, the pickup system in this game is There's a lot to be desired. 5 mana bonus. Strength. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Look the values on those two. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. It's gonna be garbage. Garbage. Always is. Look at the difference between these two bad boys. That's wild. The crystal stuff is so much better though. I mean, it's like holy shit better. I used a crystal dagger for a long time there. And this scythe is only marginally better than it, really. Darkwood bow. I'm curious about that too. No. Maybe with a different material. Or I mean, quality. And there sure is a lot of this to have to do before you get to any kind of save point. Secret within a secret, of course. Oh god. me insane. What is it for even getting through all this? Literally, you get nothing. Maybe just a few less potions in the pocket. In fact, what's the score on that? It's alright. Not an emergency. Shit. Okay. We got something. Tilted wind bow. That sounds super cool. Did I not pick it? Oh, there it is. It's over level. Oh no, it's ranger only. It's pretty cool. It's only barely better than... Yeah, I mean, it's a good step over mine. Ranger only. That's a pisser. So here we are again. Time to save my game. I'm going to actually wrap it up here for tonight, unfortunately. That's all I can squeeze in. What else was I going to say? This game's awesome. I'll probably get pissed off at some point and quit, but no matter what I say about it, it's actually an awesome game. This particular type of RPG, action RPG, is actually way easier with the second person, I will say that. So, you know, part of the frustration is just trying to solo it. I don't know what the best strategy or character is or anything like that. I'm just kind of trying to brute force my way through it, but I think we're rolling up on the end of the third chapter out of like probably 4, maybe 5 chapters, probably 4. If there's a 5th one, it's probably not full size. I'd like to see a lot of it though, and we will come back to Return to Arms at some point. I don't know if I'll carry my character model over. I mean, it's kind of cool to like have your same character and keep going and kind of a New Game Plus style approach to Return to Arms. But at the same time, it limits you to the 4 character classes from this game. Is it just 4? I think it's just 4. And they have about, I don't know, like 4 more in Return to Arms, including like cat people. You can be like a Khajiit. So, you know, that's kind of hard to pass up. But, yeah. That'll be a ways down the road, though, because I'll be burned out on this for a while. I'll even be burned out on this style of game for like, I don't know, 6 months or something. And when I come back and do another one, it might not even necessarily be Return to Arms. It might be like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which I already have a ROM backup ready to go on, or something else. So like I said, I'll probably do, you know, just a grab bag of action games after this. There's some fighting games I wanted to play, like DOA 2. There's some racing games I wanted to play, like Super Hang-On. There's some shooters that I always want to play, because I always want to play shooters. Probably go with Sylpheed. And then we'll jump into another big adventure, and it might be Crisis, which would be pretty interesting. And then if I do the Crisis games, I probably will. They're probably shorter. They're probably like 10-hour long games. I'll probably back-to-back those with just action, like a handful of action games, like packed between each one. And then beyond that, like whatever the next big game will be, who knows? Maybe Zelda 2, because I've been talking about doing that. Maybe maybe we will come back for Ultimate Alliance. Maybe we'll do one of those Dynasty Warriors games or some shit. With action games, and really from any period of time, the possibilities are endless. So if you like action games, check it out. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.